I'm checking your thumbnail now, so antayin niyo lang. I'm opening Photoshop too. Ay, the other file for your thumbnails. But let me see. So Michaela, so far, kasi the reason why it took so long is it's too clean. Everything is too straight yung lines, 'di ba? Ano lang, freehand nyo lang yung most of the lines. Kaya siya matagal. Teka, tayo natin mag-load ha. And then Diane. Hello, Diane. Alright, Michaela, hello.
Yes po.
Uh, teka, let me go back. Alright, Michaela. So yeah, like I said, uh, when you're doing thumbnails, next time, let's say, madami pa kayong thumbnails na gagawin sa ano nyo eh, sa progress nyo as an artist. So, to make things faster, you can try to make use of freehand lines para mabilis. Kasi although, yeah, they're good drawings, um, kumaga, there's no denying that. Or just to meet the deadline, use lines that are looser. So, like this one, right? This one too. Okay, so wag kayo masyado ma-OC dun sa line quality. As long, okay naman to, actually, the perspective, okay, tama yan yung ruler mo. But once you start drawing on the inside, pwede mo i-freehand yung iba. Yeah, and speaking of which, let's work with, let's see. Um, let's work with this one sa the, whew, lower left pick here. Jesus Christ, bagal. Alright, so, another problem here is the scaling. Kasi this one at the top has a good scaling. So you want to try to emulate that scale. What do I mean by scaling? Well, yung bed mo dito in comparison to the rest of your elements here, masyado maliit. Kasi remember, the bed should be for an adult. And right now, it's a bit too small. So dapat ganito kalaki. Ganyan pa siya. Okay, so I suggest you zoom out a bit. Ganyan. So we can make it so your room will look more spacious, especially this window right here. Tingnan mo to, Kayla. You can see here a tangent. Here's your frame of the border of your thumbnail. Here's your bed frame. Andyan siya. Here's the border of your window. Here's your border for your picture frame. Yung the whole frame ng picture. Nagta-tangent. So to avoid that, well, zoom out a little bit to give it more breathing room to avoid the tangent. Nagets mo ba, Michaela?
Opo, sir.
Same thing here. You have a tangent here. So, again, move out slightly. Okay, any questions, Michaela?
Wala po.
Alright, next we have Diane. Hello, Diane. Dayan, hello. Ayan, wala ka palang mic. Dayan, so let's go. Let's go with this one. But you make this. You make this. What do you call this? You make this couch. Kung gawin mo siya parang beanbag na lang. Kasi this couch here covers the rest of the workspace, and it's a bit distracting. So just to give it more space in order for us to see more of the workstation, well, gawin mo siyang ano na lang. What do you call this? Beanbag, or maybe a different kind of couch. Yung mababa lang, yung maybe ganito lang siya, yung inuupuan lang na ganyan, pwedeng ganyan. As long as it's lower at wala siyang backrest. Okay? So, ayan, let's work with this one, but work on the details. Okay? Alright, so questions so far? You guys have questions? Wala? Okay. Now, I will go back here and open the guys, nasa na yung pinagawa ko sa inyo nito? Any uploads, guys? Nasa na yung ganito yung ginawa? Guys, anyone? Is anyone here? Is anyone participating here? Nasaan yung activity nyo dito?
Yes.
Well, only one has uploaded so far. And I left more than 30 minutes ago. And what I'm asking is just a simple exercise here. Ito lang siya. Masabi ko gawin nyo muna sa Photoshop para madali nyo ma-upload. Kasi this is important, guys. Wala pa tayo sa actual midterms nyo. Ano pa lang to? These are the steps before you do the final. Anyone? Guys, isa-isa yung pangalan nyo. Look guys, I've been very lenient with your requirements for the plates. But ngayon lang ako naghihigpit kasi I want this to be done step by step and on the proper timeline. Kasi this is a midterm project. Doon sa iba yung plates, hindi ko kayo pinupukpok. Dito lang. Ayan, ito yung kay Luis. Diba? This one kay Luis. Very good. Luis, this one's good. 90. Luis, yung sa'yo, I think you also have to step back. Kasi pansinin mo yung cone of vision mo. Luis, do you hear me, sir? Ay, Luis, do you hear me?
Yes po, sir.
So yung sa'yo tama, pero similar to what I did here to Hannah's thumbnail, i-zoom out mo pa yung yung yung
Thumbnail.
not the thumbnail, kumbaga ganito. I copied it here. Kasi ito yung ano mo eh. I'll show you. Okay, ito yung tama naman to eh. Tama yung station point mo. Pero if I divide ito 90, right? I'll create a 60-degree cone. So yung cone mo ito lang, medyo narrow. So, suggest ko sa'yo, liitan mo yung thumbnail mo. Huwag mong gagalawin yung perspective lines mo. Just scale it down like that. Ganun lang. Scale down mo lang, mga 20% smaller.
Right. Thank you po.
All right. So anyone else, guys? I need to see this today, as in right now. That's what's happening. What's happening to you guys? Wala naman ako ibang pinagawa. Ito lang yung pinapagawa ko today. May iba pa ba kayong requirement sa iba niyong class? Tell me, what's happening? Hello? Guys, speak up, please. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
May
can.
yan ang nangyayari. Nasaan yung iba yung perspective stuff. Well, kay Jed,
Yeah?
yeah, Jed, yung sa'yo, uh, kailangan ilatag mo yung kailangan mo ilagay din yung thumbnail mo dito. Nasa ba yung thumbnail mo?
Ano, I uploaded a new one.
Okay, so let's say this one, right? So ano yung pinili natin ulit? Yung the upper left, right? Upper right or no, upper left. Tama.
Yeah?
So what you need to do is in Photoshop, you have to find yung vanishing point mo. So let's say ito yung vanishing point mo. Diba? So that's VP1 right here. And then what you're gonna do next is so kunwari ganyan, diba? So you make a 90-degree angle like this. Oops. Rotated 45 degrees. Oops, mali. Supposed to be in a separate layer. 45, like so. Match it here. This. Then you rotate it. Okay. Grab. So, tingnan nyo ulitin ko Tingnan nyo guys. I've found the first vanishing point based from the thumbnail that you did. Okay. And then I created the square. Rotated it 90 degrees. And I'll place it dead in the middle of my canvas. Okay, so ito siya. I have here a cone of vision at the center. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is rotate it like this. Okay, so I've matched now yung perspective or yung vanishing point uh, ni Jan. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna scale up. Kasi I not really scale up. I don't need to scale up. I need to. I just need to extend. So yung sa'yo, you see this? You see what I'm doing? Jan?
Yeah.
So extend it here. I extended your horizon line and then finally went here. So yan na siya. Yan na yung VP mo. VP2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yan na siya. Yan na yung tamang perspective mo. Or we could actually, para mas malapit dun sa ano, sa shot mo, gawin kong ganito. Okay? Lalapit ko ng konti yung ano. Kasi maganda yung angle mo eh. Yung akin na iba ng konti based from what I did. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna scale down. Okay? Then rotate it again. Gonna scale it down. Like this. Then move it that way. Okay, this one was I think this one is much closer to your shot. So ito, tingnan mo ah. So like that, right? So yung sunod mong VP, dito siya. Ayan. Gets mo? So much ano na siya. It's much more closer and at the same time it's less fish eye looking kasi yung sa'yo right now medyo mukhang fish eye kasi nga masyadong dikit yung dalawang vanishing point.
Mm,
So to make it look more natural kasi ito na yung station point ko eh. 'Di ba?
I see.
Kasi if I move it here to match your vanishing point here, masyado na siyang malapit. Parang the picture plane is right here in front of my face. Masyado ng ano, masyado ng
Mm,
distorted. So ito, parang it's a compromise. So I'll
I
shade.
see.
Gets mo siya? Gets?
Gets na. Thank you
Alright.
po.
So how about the rest of you? Nagets nyo na ba? And explain ko siya ulit.
Yes po, sir.
So Hana, ulitin natin yung sa'yo. Hana, can you hear me?
Yes po.
Ulitin natin yung sa'yo para mas maayos. Okay? Kasi yung kanina, itong ginawa ko dito, ito yung mas efficient na method. Okay? So, double check na natin, Hana. So, ito, right? So, latag ka dito. Okay? So, Hana, sundan mo ko ulit ha. Babay natin. So, you place it, you place your center vision here. Ba, sa gitna talaga ng canvas. Okay? And then, find your first vanishing point. So, dito siya. Diba? So, VP1. Okay? So, ang gagawin ko, I'll create a box. Rotate it 45 degrees. And then, move it here. Now, tingnan mo. Guys, tingnan nyo ah. I'm moving it, but I'm not matching it kahit anong gawin ko. Pwede kong gawin ganyan. Nag-match na siya. Pero I can't move it closer here. Masyado na siyang malapit sa mukha ko. Kasi, again, ito ako eh. Here's me. SP, station point. Right? So, I'll move it. Either I move it this way, and then rotate it that way to match it. Pwedeng ganyan. But, tingnan nyo. My vanishing point now is too far off from her original one. Now, I can't make it too close on this area kasi masyado na distorted yon if it's too close to the cone of vision. So, ang gagawin ko, I will uh, instead, what I will do is I will uh, move it up like this. Maybe this close, maybe. Pwede na siguro to. Then, rotate it to match. Ayan. So, this one's serviceable. Pwede na. VP2. Okay? Now, let's say, sir, mukha pating distorted yung gawa ko, sir. What you could do is just simply oops, simply move out slightly. Ganyan. Pwede mong gawin ganyan, Hana. Okay? Kasi importante, you shouldn't be too close to your station point. Kasi otherwise, ganito mangyayari. So, ito yung cone of vision. Nasa mukha mo mismo yung picture plane. Which is not masyadong in your face. Diba? Dapat maganda in a good distance. So, imagine pag when you're taking a photo shoot, 'di ba? Sa fashion. When they're taking a portrait lang. Papansin niyo when you're taking a picture of your ID, one by one, two by two. The photographer is not really in your face to capture your whole portrait or your bust. 'Di ba? They're a good distance away from you. Let's say mga 12 feet. Mga ganun kalayo. Okay? So, their lens captures only this one, but at a good distance. Kasi they don't want it to look too distorted. Kasi nangyayari, if it's too close, sometimes nag-warp yung ilong nyo, it looks larger than it really is. Okay? So in order to avoid that distortion sa face nyo, in order to make it more natural, malayo talaga. Same thing here with our backgrounds. Okay, so Hannah, do you have questions?
None po, sir.
So ito, gawin mo to. Okay, so far sila pa lang. What gives for you other guys? Ano nangyayari? Liza, Andre, Angelou, Arnold, Carlene? So far, si Jed, si Luis, si Hannah, sila pa lang nagpa-participate. Guys, last request ko na to ha. Kasi parang ako sa plaka. Okay, if I'm asking you guys, just type something. Okay, thank you Carlene for typing kasi I feel like I'm talking to a wall. Okay, so tanungin ko kamusta kayo? Wala, nada, walang sagot. Okay, I
I'm
need an
working
update.
on it as well, sir. I accidentally did it on the wrong layer and drew
Diba?
directly on top of the image, so I'm just redoing some of it lang.
Diba? Guys, you speak up kasi tinatanong ko lang kung ano nangyayari. I just wanna know if you are here. Kasi I can't tell. Online tayo eh. Malay ko ba? Dada ako ng dada dito. Yung pala nasa banyo kayo. Yung pala nasa labas kayo. I need to know your status. Vinayka. Vinayka.
Yes po.
We're supposed to be 2 point. Adjust mo yung perspective niyan. Para maging 2 point. So, what you're gonna do is, let's say, since ganito lang naman elements mo, okay? Adjust mo yung perspective. Diba, yan yung sinabi ko kanina. Adjust mo yung perspective.
Opo, I was going to adjust it digitally po. Tapos I'll copy it on paper po.
Adjust mo muna siya kasi right now naka 1 point ka pa lang eh. Paano mo gagawin yung ginagawa ko sa thumbnail si Hana, ni Luis? How were you supposed to do that if naka 1 point ka? Kasi iba yung setup nun.
Sige po.
Alright, thank you Vinayka. Marlu. Marlu, hello? Marlu, yung sa'yo, hindi siya hindi siya 90. Look at this. If I rotate this, ayan o. Ginawa mong vanishing points yung 60 degrees. So, dapat ganito siya, Marlu. So find a midpoint, okay? And then what you're gonna do, let's say let's say ano bang magandang perspective dito? Let's say this one, the corner of this bed. Gawa natin ng vanishing point. Similar to what you did here. Ito, tama naman yung ginawa mo. For the first vanishing point, tama yan. Okay? Now, what we need to do next is find the other VP1. Now, where's VP2? Okay? So, yan yung ano natin. That's our dilemma. Where's VP2? Asan siya? Now, again, VP2 can be found by doing this just to make sure kasi we're always using a 90-degree box. Pwedeng ganyan. And I would think that I'm making sure that's the corner is always at the middle. Okay, gagawin ko if it doesn't really match like this, kasi pag ganito masyadong boring, I have to rotate it slightly. Ayoko ng 45 degree na perspective masyado. So, pwedeng ganyan. Okay, so now, you have VP2. Ayan, yan yung perspective mo. Nagets mo, Marlu? Okay, so now, guys, uh, I will check the rest later. Di pa kayo tapos. But now, you have to listen carefully. Ito na yung next step. Okay, gagawan ko ng grid. Okay, guys, you hear? All of you, are you here? Listen carefully.
Yes
Yes
po.
po, sir.
Yes po.
Okay?
Yes
Uh,
po.
masakit sa ulo to. So, right now, ito, gagawin ko tong kay ano. Kanino ba to? Okay. Whose work is this? Forgot. Shoot. Kay Jan. Tama, kay Jan. This is Jan's work. Okay. Now, my goal here is to create this. The tiles. Now, I can't just simply create tiles like this. Na, yan. Okay, and then hopefully these tiles are equal. Hopefully that this tile here, when you look at it from the top view, it's gonna be a perfect square. So imagine it here, diba? You have this square. Pag naka-perspective, ganyan siya, diba? It looks narrow, right? Now, how can you be sure that what I did here is actually a perfect square? Kasi that's what we need to measure stuff in perspective. Kasi, let's say, I'm gonna go back here. You see this? I made a 3 by 5 grid. 3 by 5. Ibig sabihin, 3 boxes by 5 long. 5 boxes long. Now, itong 3 by 5 na to, it can be 3 feet wide, 5 feet wide. Now, that unit can be dependent on what we assign to it. Okay, so ito pwede ito maging 3 meters by 5 meters. Kahit ano, it depends on what scale are we using. So, for example, ito, maybe feet would be better kasi we're just creating a bed. Hindi naman to pwedeng 3 kilometers by 5 kilometers. That's nonsense. It's only a bed. So, yung ganun ginagawa natin. Kasi, I don't want it to be super technical pa. Any further. Kasi, for the actual books that do this, talagang kung nakasalagay doon, create a 1 meter by 2 meter box for this whole scene. Ganun. Talagang everything is accounted for in terms of measurements. So, gagawin natin ngayon parang something that's less less detailed than that process. So once again, guys, we're creating a tile right now. Now since we have these elements, uh, move them down. So I suggest guys, gawin nyo muna ito sa Photoshop, then i-replicate nyo na sa papel. Mas madali yun. Kasi you can fix your mistakes here in Photoshop. Madali mag-plot ng lines, then ulitin nyo na lang sa papel. Kasi madali na yun. It's just repeating the steps that you have done successfully. Alright, so what we're gonna do is establish this point right here. Establish this point. So we have VP1, then we have VP2 here. Okay. Now also as a guide, well, I need my cone of vision just to make sure that everything is in its proper place, or nothing is too distorted, nothing is too wild. So maybe ganito lang siya ka-narrow. Okay, that's a cone of vision. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna create a corner. Okay, guys, a corner. So kita niyo dito, 'di ba? There is a wall that Jan did here, 'di ba? May pader. Okay, now we can just estimate where that wall ends. So kunwari ito yung pader ni Jan, 'di ba? Nakaganyan. Or maybe move it a bit higher. Okay? Move it up like that. And then now for me, I think pwede bababa ko ng konti pa yung perspective ni Jan. Ganyan. Maybe this one's better. So gagawin ko, going back. Okay, ganyan. Okay, so guys, meron akong corner ng walls. Kumbaga, everything that will happen will be here. Ito na yung end ng room. And the end of the space that the room inhabits. Okay? Now, what I'm gonna do next, look closely guys. I'm gonna do a, I'm, I'm gonna create points. Okay? I'm gonna label this as blue. So everything should be blue here. Okay, so, ayan. Well, maybe something brighter. A better color. Okay, now look closely guys. What I'm gonna do here, from this corner, I'm gonna divide everything equally into equal parts. Equally nga eh. Ulit-ulit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a line across here. Okay, a line across that corner. Then I'm gonna assign points. Dividing point. Kumbaga, maybe this size. Kasi isipin ko ano siya eh. You think of the scale of the whole room. Maybe this bed here could be how many units wide, diba? Pwede mong, we can use maybe feet for this one. Maybe feet would be good. Like, oh, so one, so let's say may nakahiga dito. Maybe, so may nakahiga dyan. Oh, no. What we could do now is maybe add a guy. Okay, ganito. We're gonna use a person for a scale of reference. So, maybe from this wall, okay, so maybe there's a guy here. So, sa room ni Jan, so project ko siya dito. That's how big he is. So, maybe, yan. Hindi, wag na muna yan. Okay, let's see. Isip ako ng something that would make you guys confused too much. Okay, sige, ganito na lang muna. Tuturo ko na lang sa finals yung isa. Ito na lang muna. Something that's much simpler that you could process. So maybe pili na lang tayo ng reasonable size to divide this wall properly. Okay, so kunwari, we can't divide it like this. Masyadong malalaki yung tiles. So maybe make it this small. This one would be good. Para lang meron tayong useful unit to measure. Kung 1 box ko, ganyan. Kasi if the boxes are too big, let's say ganyan, it's hard to measure smaller stuff. Let's say yung tablet nyo, how many tiles that tablet is gonna be. Okay, so pipili lang tayo. And so maybe this point right here. 1. Oops. So maybe this one point. Okay, so from this corner right here. So we now have 2 equal measure points. So let's replicate that to the other side. Like so. Replicate. Like so. Okay, so guys, we're gonna do this replication until we reach the end of the wall. Not really more than the end of the wall. So ganito. Ganyan. So sa inyo, you can use a ruler nyo, maybe 1 cm. 1 cm would be good, or let's see. 1 cm. Don't have a ruler here. Yeah, I'll get back to that. Ito muna. So like that. Okay, guys, do you follow? Nasusundan nyo ba yung ginagawa ko?
Yes po.
Okay, how about the rest of you? Nasusundan nyo ba?
Yes,
Yes.
po.
Okay,
Yes
so
po.
ito, this could be maybe 1 cm sa ruler nyo. Pwede siguro 1 cm. Pwede siyang wag 1 inch. Masyado malaki yung 1 inch. I would assume. So maybe okay, ito real size. 1 inch. Sige, sabihin natin 1 cm or 1.5 cm. Either way, as long as ganito yung measurement, ganito yung itsura, looks reasonable, okay? Now, what we're gonna do next is, okay, hindi ito you're not just gonna simply plot points there and then call it a day. Okay, hindi. That's not it. Okay, hindi yan para sa mismong wall. Okay, this blue thing here is what we call a measure point. Okay, so the measure point has its own vanishing point. Now, paano hanapin? Sir, paano hahanapin yung sinasabi yung measure point, sir? So, ano yung pinagsasabi na sir? So, here is the 90-degree angle that we established a while ago. Correct? 90 degrees. This is you, the almighty station point. Okay? Now, what we're gonna do is, you see here, this VP1, this line here, of the VP1. Okay? Tingnan nyo ha. I'm gonna swing this line. Swing ko siya at the same as the same alignment, with the same alignment as the horizon line. Okay, iniswing ko siya, right? Kita nyo ba? Iniswing ko. So, whatever, wherever it lands, yung point na yan, that's MP1. Okay? That's measure point 1. Okay? Now, we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So, burahin ko na yan. Okay? So, what I'm gonna do next is I will create a line here, making sure na pantay, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna project, or not really project, rather swing the line to the other side. Okay, so that new line, or this new point here, is what we call MP2, measure point 2. Okay, sundan nyo ba? Do you follow, guys?
Yes po, sir.
So ayan na siya. Now you see here, now this is the part where it gets more confusing. So you have your MP2. Okay, so you have the measure point. Now we're gonna use these lines. So kunwari ito, all of these measure points have a point of intersection that we will use to project lines. So from this MP2, okay, we're gonna project lines like this. Okay, but again, mind you guys, this is not the perspective line that we're gonna use. This is just simply to plot measuring points at this wall. Kasi we have created this wall already. Naka-straight siya. Now we want that same measurement applied to this wall na naka-foreshorten siya. Okay? Kasi kanina pantay-pantay siya front view. But how would you know if we transfer that measurement, that equal spaces, in perspective, how would we know if that is equal? Okay? In order to do that, we're gonna use measure point here. This measure point. Okay? So, sir, paano yun? Well, ganito. Tingnan nyo ha. So, from this point, I will project lines here. Making sure that I am intersecting each significant intersection. Oops. Here. So, I'm marking this down. Diyan ko pinatatagos from these points. Mark it down. Dito, dapat dito, 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 dito. So, take a look, guys. Take a good look of what I'm doing. Let's do the other side. Tingnan nyo, intersection, 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 intersection. So all of these intersections, we're gonna plot lines from these dots. So dot here, and at the same time, I'm making sure that it goes across the black line. Oops. Lock this down. Crap. Oh my goodness. Lock. And right around here. we're gonna end this kasi this is the only coverage that we have. Yan lang. Okay? So guys, tingnan nyo ah. Now, you see now the new points that we have created. Points, 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 point here, point here, point here, point here, point here, point here, point here. You see now these new points that we have created. Now from these new points, we are gonna swing that. We're gonna use that to create, well, our points in perspective. So and you know, kulang tayo ng isa. You see this? Hindi ko na mark. So ito dapat naka-mark din. Kasi ginawa ko siya kanina. So I'm gonna go back. Oops, where is this? Ayan. Ayan, look guys. Kita nyo na yung ano, yung perspective grid na nangyayari. You see now what's happening?
Yes po, sir.
So now, I'm sure that for every gap here, I'm sure that they are all equal. Pantay-pantayan. If I look at it from the top view. Without a doubt, 90% accurate. Hindi man, if it's off, it's gonna be off by a few pixels. Kasi guys, you can't just simply, let's say you have a grid, or you have a picture plane here. So, ganyan, you have a wall. Tapos, di-divide na lang basta-basta ganyan. Diba? You can do that eventually, but for now, let's do something that's really accurate. Kasi when you have an accurate grid that's evenly divided, diba? Equal spaces, you will be more confident in drawing forms in that space. Kasi alam mo na tama yung forms. Kasi, okay, let's say, okay, gagawa ka ng may gamit dyan. Right? Maybe there's a box there. Gusto mo evenly spaced. I want this box to be evenly spaced. So gusto ko ng series. 4 boxes are they're equally spaced. So wala kang problema. Yung gap, alam mong pantay. Hindi mo na kailangan magtansya. Okay, maybe move it a little closer. This time, the measurements are set already. Okay, so questions. Questions so far, guys? I will do the other side before I proceed. Before I proceed, questions.
None po for me.
Okay, guys, you are not asking questions. Ibig sabihin, naintindihan nyo. So if I look at your work, dapat naintindihan nyo. Okay, so gawin nyo, as I'm doing this, well, you should be doing this alongside me. So what I'm gonna do, now, i-off ko muna to. Itong BP1 lines. I'm gonna turn this off, kasi para hindi ako malito. Off ko muna yan. Now, I have a measure point here. Now, this measure point, I will just replicate to the other side. Flip ko lang. Kasi pare-parehas lang naman yan. My goal here is to divide the wall using equal measurements. So, this also applies to the other side. Gagawin ko, now, I will use this MP1 here to again plot points in perspective. So, yan na naman siya. Here we go again. Nagkulay ginamit ko kanina. Okay, red. Red. So, oops. Again, making sure that I go on these points. Okay? Point, 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 point here. And let's minimize this. Actually, no. Mali. Dapat. So point, marking down the points. Okay? Then from here, I will erase this. Or turn this off kasi hindi ko kailangan yun. Okay, so now I have the green lines. I will now create points from those green lines. Tingnan nyo ha. So marking it down here. Oops. What's wrong? Crap. Oh shoot. Point. Now, now I'm missing a few stuff here. And so I need to still fill out this space here. So I'm gonna extend my measure points or measure lines rather across here, across here, across here. Oops. Cross this line, cross this line. Okay, that's enough. Okay na yan. So mark it down once again. Mark, mark, mark. Turn this off. Okay, now project lines again. Alright, finally. VP2 lines. Ayan. And then let's have this color here. Orange. So you see now. So here's Jan's room. So yeah, meron ng grid. There's already a grid for his room. And now I can easily create stuff from the inside. Let's say sir, gusto ko gumawa ng ano. Gusto ko ng circular couch or circular chair. I'm just gonna make a circle inside. Yan na siya. Then I can make someone standing here. So let's say I want him to walk this way. Well, project lang natin siya pag ganyan. He's there. Diba? You want to create a box? It's there. Kasi this box here is equal. Perfect square yan. So you can play around with this grid. So similar to what I did here. Tingnan nyo ah. Diba? Easy. Easy things to... You can create a lot of things easier. Ah, it's easy to create stuff when you have something set already. So worry about the technical stuff first, and then eventually you will have a sandbox or a playground wherein you can be creative. You can create your own stuff in this grid. Tingnan yung grid na to. Look at that grid. Okay, so yeah, that's our goal for this week. Yan yung problema nyo this week. Any questions so far, guys?
None po.
No po.
Wala po. None po.
Alright, so another thing that I need to reiterate is when you're choosing the wall, 'di ba? Kanina naghanap ako ng wall. So you choose the farthest wall that you can find in your work. Kasi doon magsisimula yung grid nyo eh. So from that far end of the wall, you're gonna create the grid forwards. Um, like for example here, kanina ba to? Let's say, kanina ba to? Whose work is this? Forgot. Shoot. Kunwari, dito kayo gagawa ng wall or ng grid. Kasi that's the farthest wall that you can find. So this is where you can find kay Marlu. So kay Marlu, dito ka maghahanap ng grid mo sa corner na yan. Then diyan ka magpo-project nung lines mo. Okay? Now, ang challenge sa inyo, okay? This one is done digitally. So your first attempt, you can do it in Photoshop. Kasi tingnan nyo, nung ginawa ko siya, took me what? 30 minutes? Diba? Tapos na siya. Okay, you can try it out first para malaman nyo kagad kung saan kayo nalilito. That way, madali mag-correct ng lines. Madali mag-start over. Then, once you get it right sa Photoshop, it looks right like this, gawin nyo sa papel. So, kung sa papel, so ganito siya kalapad. So, ito yung ito yung isa. So, ito yung first length, yung extension ni John. Ito yung second extension niya ng papel. Which is not too far. Not too bad, right? Tingnan nyo. And then, another one here at the bottom. Yan lang yung extension niya. So, ano natin to? Alisin natin yung parang yung drawing mismo. Baka malito kayo. Okay, so guys, this is the what do you call this? This is my requirement for next week. When we see each other, I want to see this grid. Because next week it's week 7. So I'm gonna give you the whole period to just draw the whole room. Okay? And then the deadline for the actual finished work, yung finished background nyo, it's going to be on week 8. The first week of our finals. Finals half. So you want it to look like this. So may sample na ginawa ko. Hmm. Ah, wala siya dito. Maybe nandito siya. Teka. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, here we go. Ayan. So ito. This is how it's supposed to look for the final. Okay, so that's the look that we are after. Well, not as clean as this one, of course, kasi digital to eh. Pero sa atin, of course, it's gonna be on paper. But again, like I said before, I had to see the perspective lines. Alright, so that's it for me. For my demo, my instructions for you guys. Is everything clear? Ulitin ko lang.
Yes po.
Clear po. Thank you.
Yes po.
Kaya ba? Yung tanong ko. Can you do it?
Sorry po, sir.
Kaya ba?
Practice lang.
Don't worry, recorded naman to, and I will also be uploading ito mga pictures na to para makita nyo talaga yung ano, yung process. And then if you have questions,
Sir, excuse me po. Sige.
if you have
Yes.
questions pala, I can assist you sa weekend. Nahirapan kayo sa grid. Maybe mag-set ako, tatambay ako dito sa Discord, maybe after lunch. Then pag may tanong kayo, just drop by, di ba? Yes, may nagtatanong. Ano yung tanong po?
Excuse me po, sir. Pwede pa clarify po ulit ng deadline po. Bali po ba yung parang finished product po sa week 8 po, pero yung grid po next week po ng Tuesday ipapasa?
Hindi niyo siya papasa, checking ko lang.
Check lang po.
Kasi, di ba, let's say, sinabit nyo tong grid, right? Check ko lang, tapos, hayaan ko na kayo, you start drawing. You start finishing your room from this grid.
Bali yung finalized na paper rin po, dun din po sa same paper na ginawan po ng grid? New
Uh,
paper na po.
New paper. So, make sure gagawin nyo yung grid nyo, diinan nyo ng todo. Kung magay final, siguro i-ballpen nyo. Papa-ballpen ko sa inyo pag nandun na tayo sa classroom. Para talaga, when you draw on top, may kita nyo pa rin kahit papaano without the guide of the light box.
Po, sir. Bali po yung grid po na yan, wala pa pong objects na
Wala
ido-drawing.
wala pa, okay? Just worry about making it right. Para pagdating natin dun sa next Tuesday, magda-drawing lang kayo nun. Wala na ako ituturo sa inyo.
Okay po. Thank you po.
Malinaw? Okay. So, any more? Any more, guys? Ito, may nagpapacheck ng perspective.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm wondering po for like for the people who have to redo their thumbnails po, sir. Next week din po ba ipapakita?
Uh, gagawin ito, yung sa iba, if you have to redo your thumbnail, but gawin mo muna tong grid na to. So, kumbaga, pili ka na isang thumbnail na naka 2-point perspective. Kahit hindi pa maganda yung design, basta naka 2-point, then make a grid for that. And then, saka ka gumawa ng bagong design for that. Importante yung grid muna.
Alright po, sir. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, ulitin ko ha, for the people who I asked to revise their thumbnails, gawa muna kayo ng 2-point grid na ganito. Kunwari, let's say, okay, sir, wala akong thumbnail, sir. Pinaulit nyo kasi, sir. At gagawin mo, ngayon, after this, sketch ka muna ng thumbnail mo. Okay, sir, simplihan ko muna. Kama, yung workstation. Simple setup lang muna. Then, worry about the details after you've done the grid. At least may napili ka na angle. Choose the angle first. That has to be 2-point. Ngayon, kunwari, kay Vinayka, kanina, di ba, naka 1-point yung kanya. So, ang gagawin niya, kung wala pa siyang maisip na bagong design, kayang-kaya niyo naman pumili ng bagong angle. So, just create a new angle like this, a simple angle, 2-point perspective, and then just make a grid for that. Then, ihabol natin yung design afterwards. Okay, kapish? Let's see. Jed, this one's good, Jed. Very good.
Thank you.
Kanina to. Carlene? Carlene, can you hear me? Hello? Do-double check ko lang ha, hindi ko makita dito sa sa preview. Carlene, this one's good too. Okay na to, Carlene.
Okay, sir.
Yugi, okay na rin to. This one's good. Yun sa'yo, Angelou. Angelou, hello? Sorry yun sa'yo. Tama yung process. Mali lang yung pwesto. I'm sorry. So, papa-adjust ko lang ha. Sorry. Nega. So, Angelou, can you see this? So yung sa'yo, kasi ito yung gawin natin, ulitin natin, ha? Hindi ko na-explain na maigi. So, ito yung VP mo, right? Ito yung VP mo ng isa. And here's the other VP. So, actually, play natin ito isa. Okay, so, we'll just create a square. Then from here, lakayin natin ng konti. Then at the same time, dapat dito, 'di ba? I'm gonna create a center vision. So dapat dito, Angelo, nagkamali ka, dapat lahat sila lagi nasa gitna. Yung center vision. Now from here, hindi, teka, dapat nakahiwalay ito. I'm sorry. I will cut this out. So ito na yung pivot point ko. Ito yung center point. Center vision, this is where I will pivot the square. So gagawin ko from here, maybe adjust it like this. Now, my problem here, masyado na malayo isang VP. So, maybe lalapit ako para naman medyo reasonable yung itsura. So, maybe like this. Or maybe move it further like this. Yeah, maybe ganito. This one's good. So, ito yung itsura niya, Angelou. So, kasi pina-follow ko din yung thumbnail sketch mo eh. So, ito yung bago mong VP. So, ayan siya. VP2. VP1. Okay? Pwedeng ganyan. Tapos, Angelo, if you want, kung di ka masaya sa ginawa ko, pwede mo pa ilapit. Pero wag na dito. That's too much. Wala na. Wala ka na sa cone. So, ayan siya. So, Angelo. Ito, Jed. Very good. Okay. You're on the right track. Okay, very good so far. Um, just make sure lang yung dots mo. I think nagkakamali ka sa dots. Kasi pansinin mo to. Parang, Jed, tinan mo to. Ito yung ginawa mong space to. You're off by a few dots.
I
Dapat
see.
dapat dito ko. Kaya parang
Uh,
this one looks narrow. Okay, so bantayan mo lang 'yun. Okay, pero the process is correct. Very good. Nasundan mo siya maigi. Good job, good job. Um, so, whose work is this? Teka. Oops. Kanino to? Okay, Brian. Hello?
Yes po, sir.
Ayan, ito okay naman to. Okay naman yung perspective mo. So, you can proceed with the with the grid. Okay, good job then. Okay, very good, very good. Ayan, ito pala si Jed. May progress na. Okay, Jed, very good. So, well, again, same comments as what I did dun sa ano mo, sa, sa kanina. Just make sure yung points mo, it's properly plotted. Kasi the process is correct. Ano lang, zoom in ka lang dun sa dots. So, guys, pag nalito kayo, you can also ask Jed since I think you have a group chat. Chika-chika kayo dun. This one, Andre. This one's good too. Okay na to, Andre? Ayan. So, so okay guys, very happy that you have followed yung instructions, although yung iba hindi pa. I will just check Discord maybe later or maybe tomorrow to follow up on the people who haven't submitted their work. Okay, but so far, I'm very happy na nasundan nyo. Kasi honestly guys, ang hirap ituro to ng online. Madali ko sana i-check to kung ano tayo face to face, but we pulled through, although medyo mahaba. Sorry for a lengthier lecture today. Just wanna make sure na I have everything covered. Okay, so guys, oh, may pahabol pa. Sino to? Yan, Hana, good job. Okay din to. Tama, tama. Okay, great job, Hana. Um, Now guys, pag sa tingin nyo, your tiles look a bit too large, malalaki yung itsura masyado, you can adjust the size of your measure points. Pwede nyo liitan. Okay, so okay lang yun. Try nyo muna sa Photoshop kasi para alam nyo yung approximate size. That will be useful. What else? Yeah, that's it guys. So, 12:30 na. Gutom na tayo lahat, I know. Let's have our lunch. Thank you for listening, for ano, doing the exercises. And well, see you next week on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, face to face. So please bring your thumbnail or your grid na nakagawa na in paper. Okay, paper. So that's it, guys. If you have no more questions, I will dismiss you. Let's have our lunch. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye and thank you, sir.
Goodbye and thank you,
Thank
sir.
you po.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.